Hey guys, it is Paul and Sarah here. Paul's behind me. So we were just going to talk kind of about our gear and just kind of what we use the day of a wedding, the day of a family session, just kind of anything. So we just kind of wanted to talk about it. I feel so like, ooh, it's all new. This is fun. But so first off, we're going to talk just kind of basic. These are the camera bodies we use. I really love the Canon 5D Mark III. It's my favorite. It's obviously, you know, a go-to for sure. I love this strap. This is a leather strap that I use. It's called Be Still is the brand. And it's a really good one because, I don't know, just, I feel like the more grimy it gets, the basic thing that we put in our camera is definitely this right here. We gotta have our kind bar. Paul is a stickler about cleaning, so that's definitely something he likes to do, especially in Florida humidity. It's crazy. Everything gets humid and foggy, so he's all about cleaning.
Alright, so real quick, I hate to go backwards, but just wanted to revisit the camera bodies real quick. Me and Sarah love Canon. We've used Canon since the beginning. I don't know. I love the colors that they use. We started out actually with a Mark II when we first started, like what, 6-7 years ago.
Eons like and eons ago.
So these that we use now, we each have a 5D Mark III. So this is hers with the nice strap. So we each carry one. We've got a backup camera that we bring with us. It's our old Mark II. So
yeah, it is our old Mark II, and it's actually come in handy because there have been times where we've had to use it for sure.
Right. So we both love these cameras. One feature that we really like about them versus the Mark II is you can use an SD card as well as a CF card. So you can tell the camera to put like one as your priority card to record the photos on, and then have one as a backup. So basically, like whenever we do wedding shoots, like we'll have an SD card and a CF card in there, and that way we've got a backup for all the pictures.
And it's really good too when you're uploading, because like you don't have to upload 100 100 CF cards compared to just like one really big SD card, which I think ours are 64 gigs in each. For the SD cards.
The SD cards that we use are 128 gigs.
128 gigs.
And then
that's a lot.
What we'll do is we'll put that in like at the beginning of a wedding, and that pretty much lasts all day. But what we'll do is like we'll put 16 gig CF cards in there
throughout the day.
Throughout the day, which the 16 gig holds maybe like 500 photos, something like that. So yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of just the basic of our camera bodies. These are kind of like the lenses that we use. It's kind of I don't know, it looks like we use a lot, but we really only use these. So forget all about these.
These two.
Yeah, these are really all we use. Sometimes we'll use the 24-70 if we're in a tight squeeze, but for the most part, we stick with, what would you say?
So what these are is, this is a 35mm Canon 1.4. This is amazing. This is an amazing lens. I highly recommend getting this one. We use this lens for probably about
everything,
60 to 70% of the wedding day. Yeah. We use this lens. It's amazing. Like I said, it goes down to 1.4 for the aperture. So. Yeah. You can use it in some low lighting situations, and it gets a little bit wider than the 50. So, but this is the 1.2, great lens. Yeah. This was pretty much our go-to lens, like in the beginning and for the past few years. And we got the 35 actually last year, and we found ourselves, I think, both using it pretty much the majority of the time now. And then we'll we use the 50, I'd say maybe 30 to 40% of the wedding, maybe 20, something like that. But these other lenses, like, we bring them, but we do use them. We do use them for specific things.
Just not all the time. Like, for the 100, during the ceremony, we will use this. That way we're not getting up in everybody's grill. And then, you know, obviously for the 16 to 35, we'll use it sometimes for a wedding, but then there's some weddings where we don't ever take it out of the bag, you know. The 85, we definitely use, that's a really good lens when you're, you know, doing a ceremony or something and, you know, you don't want to get close. It's not super close, but it's not super far away. It gives you that really intimate shot without getting up in their nose. If that made any sense.
Also, you can use it sometimes too, like in lower lit, like reception situations, just because it does go down to 1.8, so it is pretty good lens for that too. Just depending on what you're trying to get, the look you're trying to get.
So this is definitely a good one. And then this is also the 24 to 70. We will use this every now and then. But I found that, you know, when we have like the 35 for the reception, we'll stick to that sometimes a little more. But we will put this on when people are getting really tight in and you want to get like a really wide dance shot. So.
And this is just the other 50 that we had. Like if you're starting out, this is a great lens to have. It's 50, 1.4. It's pretty cheap compared to the other 50. Like you can get this one, I think, for like
almost like 300
400.
And if you get it used, I think it's like 200 and something. Especially if you're like investing all your money in a really good camera body, this is a good lens to get, because let's face it, if you get a really good camera body, you might be a little bit broke after getting that. If you're like slowly starting to get into photography, you know, so this lens is good. And look how much we've used it. Like we've had this thing for like 6 years and it's still going strong.
7 years maybe. So yeah, these are all the lenses that we own, I think, currently. I think that's all of them, unless there's like one or two maybe back in the office, but I think this is pretty much it. But yeah, like Sarah was saying, this is like the 35 and the 50 are definitely our go-to lenses. We got the 16 to 35 and 24 to 70 for like our wider shots. Macro lens for ring shots, or like ceremony if you want to get like, you know, like a super up close shot of like the bride or groom's facial expression or like their hands or whatever. This is a good lens for that. This is actually a Sigma. All the other lenses are Canon, all the other glass that we have, but this Sigma works great. It's a good lens. So, and this is just like the little bit of the cleaning stuff that I carry with me. I don't know. I watched a video the other day that was basically saying not to clean your lens glass all the time. So I try not to do it all the time, but every once in a while I like to just clean off my glass for the weddings, because we definitely want to give them like the best photos. So I keep this with me. Also too, just to have as like a just in case, what if. Like I usually keep this stuff with me in my shoot sack, just in case, like our lens. It's like there's been many times when we go to the beach where it's like a foggy day, or like the sea spray is like blowing up from it's like a really windy day, so a lot of times, like if it's foggy or the sea spray is blowing up from the Gulf, we'll have that, and so we'll clean it off. Oh
hey, this is my kitchen. I love it.
So yeah, so
also too, another great thing that we use the shoot sack, and I personally love it. And I know a lot of photographers use it around the area, just because I think a great thing about it is that when you're shooting on the beach, I don't know about you, but I get sand in all my gear. Like when I'm in a wedding, just like photographing, I got sand on my hands, I got sand on my camera lens, everything. So this is the bag to have. Definitely awesome.
And so I gotta go back. I can't remember if we mentioned it already in this video, the last one we did for Instagram, but we try to keep one or two of these kind bars in our shoot sacks for normally weddings, just because we're normally there for like anywhere from 5, 6, 7, 8, even 10 hours sometimes, depending. I think the longest wedding we've done is 12 hours, which was a really long day. But so we try to be prepared and keep some kind bars and sometimes some turkey jerky sticks with us. This is the other bag. So anyways, I carry a shoot sack with me. Sarah's got one. So, and you can, I don't think I already went over this, but if you haven't seen a shoot sack before, they're pretty awesome. They're super light. You can fit like 3 lenses in these pockets in the front. You've also got 3 pockets in the back where you can put various stuff like your kind bars, your battery packs,
your lip gloss,
CF card holder,
all that good stuff.
Yeah, tampons, whatever. So,
and this is our daughter.
This is our daughter, Lily Faith. She's joining us for this Facebook.
We always
video.
bring her to every wedding. I'm just kidding. We don't worry.
So the other bag we use is the Think Tank, and we don't carry this one with us at all times. We carry the shoot sacks, but this one we just basically pack what we're going to generally need for the reception of a wedding. And so usually what that is for the reception is our 2 flashes. Yeah. Same thing, basically.
Boom, 2 flashes.
2 the same. These are the... Whoa!
These are broke.
These are broke now. Gotta order another one. This is the... She found that funny. These are the 600 EXRT Canon Speedlight flashes. So we've got 1 each of those. And here we've got our backup camera body. It's our old Canon Mark II. So we keep that with us.
And then this is also what we use. I don't know if you talked about this, but we put this on our flashes, our camera body, and then we put our flashes on stands because we like to shoot off camera as far as lighting goes.
So that goes on the top.
Yeah, so it just kind of goes like, actually like this.
So and, how it goes on there.
And it's really a great thing to have. It was kind of expensive and pricey, but it was what I would say makes me really happy at a wedding because I feel like I can control my light better. Right. So definitely worth the money and worth getting for sure.
And then so basically the receiver, like she said, goes on the top of your camera body, and then your flash is going to go on top of your light stand. Yeah. And it's great because you can put that on your stand, and you basically can position that anywhere around like the dance floor or reception area of a wedding. And then that way you can kind of control your light source. So you have that great off-camera lighting.
Definitely worth it.
So also, speaking of lighting, we bring this with us.
Just add a different feel.
What do we use this for, Sarah? What would you say?
I would say we use this for just, if we want to take the bride and groom outside when it's dark. Sometimes I'll, stick it under in a different area to kind of add a casty shadow on them at nighttime. Or sometimes I'll use it behind my detailed items just during the reception. Let's say, there's some really pretty, just pieces of just details from the reception. I'll put it behind it to kind of add like a more dramatic feel. I like it. I like it. Even though it's meant for like more a videographer would use, I like it. It's fun. It kind of just like adds a different feel, and I feel like I can play a little more. But I only use it really for the reception, so definitely something for that. But
yeah, other than that, like anything else we have in there?
Huge pack of batteries.
Massive pack of AA batteries for the flashes and the receivers. We're going to be using those.
Because I don't know about you guys, but my flash eats through batteries. I could go through like 8 batteries in a reception. Like this thing, it drains batteries. And now since we have the off-camera, speed light, this drains batteries too. So believe it or not, we'll probably go through this whole pack during a wedding.
Which I do know I've seen some photographers use rechargeable batteries. So we've never done that. So I don't know if that's like a good route to go. Maybe we'll try that in the future. But we've always just bought the disposable batteries. Think Tank has a rainproof thing if it's like raining outside, which a lot of times it is. So you can unpack this and cover the whole bag. The shoot sacks are already pretty rainproof and weatherproof because they have this flap that goes over where you put the lenses. So those are usually pretty good, rain-wise, weather-wise.
So yeah, I guess this is pretty much it, really.
Yeah.
This is basically all our gear. This is our daughter talking. She's gonna take it from here.
So that's pretty much it. Yeah, we got the two bodies. Like I said earlier, like we said, we each use a Canon 5D Mark III. I've got one. Sarah's got one. These are all the lenses we have. These are pretty much our go-to lenses: the 35mm 1.4 and the 50 1.2. Man, we use these like pretty much the majority of like a shoot or a wedding. But we also have the 105mm, the 16 to 35, 24 to 70. 85, and the other 50 1.4. And then our bags we use are we each got a shoot sack, think tank for the reception, and that's pretty much it. So
yeah, so we hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you guys can think of any awesome equipment that you use and want to share and tell us about, we'd love to hear it, because we're always about learning.
Or any other thoughts or ideas, or any comments you have, feel free to leave on our Facebook page or on the video, and we'd love to hear from you. So
yeah,
thanks for taking the time to watch.
Thanks for tuning in, and maybe next week we'll come up with something different.
All right, see you guys. Bye.